Well, 3, 2, 1, go. I think we're live. And we are doing this on the cuff, off the cuff. And I didn't do something I should have done. Give me 1 second, please. There we go. Save changes. All right. So I'm going live because a troll, we suspect we know who it is, demanded I go live. Go live, go live. And to prove that, I'm not making BS up. Hold on. Let me just... I'm going to throw up the messages. Oh, come on. Where's that screenshot? Here we go. And let's do the share screen. So, this is the comments on my video. And at the end of that video, I invited the troll to come out from behind his alts, to come on the show. And then he turned around with this, go live with me. I'm going to put a little more emotion into it. Go live with me. Come on, smart man. Let's go live. You do a fair and fair review on Dawn the Cons game module. Cover all the 134 mistakes and the child exploitation in it. What child exploitation? I've read the module. I've reviewed it. This is something so what 134 mistakes? Do a video, man. Show me the 134 mistakes and the child exploitation. You can't. Okay. The reason why you sit behind these alts, these fake names, is because you want to lie and you want to continue to lie and besmirch people's names, and you have no evidence. You have no evidence. So, plus him being on. Now, let's deal with this here. The Michigan Sex Offender Registry. Because I've actually got that website keyed up. Where are we here? Oh, here we are with the Michigan Sex Offender Registry. And I've already plugged in the name here, Donald Samora. And let's just do the search. And what comes up? No search results. Let's back it up. And let's change that from Donald to Don. No search results. Nothing. De nada. Nothing there. So that's that response. And what other comments in here do we need to address? I'm doing a series to protect my identity. I've been threatened, as my wife and child has, by Don. Sent me emails saying he would kill my child. Don did. Why not cover that? Well, I'm covering it now. Do you have these emails? Where'd they come from? Did they come from an anonymous source? I mean, your wife and child. So I think we can eliminate everybody in America now. We now can conclusively prove that you have a wife and child. You've stated it. You've claimed it. Who would Dawn threaten? Who in this world would Don threaten? I mean, would it be Justin Lanassa? Would that possibly be Justin Lanassa? You know, Justin's got a wife and child. Yeah, anonymous. So thanks for coming, Don. Cal. Yeah, you said it, Cal. I am a witless. That's kind of funny. Total piece of trash. Oh yeah. So that's why we're doing this and that I don't know if you saw, Don. We just went to the sex offender registry, plugged your name in as Donald, plugged it in as Don. No results. I still haven't heard from him. Maybe I should make a phone call. And we'll call the person we suspect. Put him on speaker. Yeah. Oh, I guess he didn't pay his phone bill. Let's try the other one I have for him.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone,
he still doesn't want to take my call. So, I mean, it was interesting that he's like, go live with me, go live. You know, he wanted to go live. I have obeyed his request. Now, I am going to have to say this, that like this comment that I'm showing here, I've taken that off of the video because it's an out and out lie about the sex offender registry. And we proved that. But I mean, you know, let's just go there again. Name Don Zamora, no results. And we can back it up and do Donald yet again. And again, no results. So, you know, this is one of those things that's the hardest to defend against, and that's why I rushed. I rushed to do this because, you know, I just know that, you know, when you're accused of certain things, it doesn't help for you to be like, no, I'm innocent. And the more you protest, because Shakespeare said in Hamlet, methinks the woman doth protest too much. When Shakespeare's mother was like, oh yeah, oh, she was going on and on and on. And Shakespeare's like, methinks the woman doth protest too much. She just looked guilty. She just looked guilty of the plot against her former husband. And now she's married to the guy who murdered him, her former brother-in-law, now her husband, and who has usurped the kingdom. So it just didn't look good. So, you know, Shakespeare put that classic line in there. And in the Bible, Jesus said when the people of Nazareth would not hear his message, he said, a prophet is not respected in his own hometown because they know him. So it's better when somebody else defends you, particularly on something this sensitive. And, you know, so that's why I wanted to do this video. And you know, unless I hear from Justin, he's got my number, he's got my email. I'm off of share screen. Let me go over to my email and see if something's in my email, because he's got me blocked on Facebook, so I can't send him an instant message with the link. So he's got to unblock me or send me an email. And nothing there, nothing in the email. But Don's innocent of what's being said against him. And this other thing, we should address the Luke. Let me throw the share screen back up. In here, where was it? Yeah, right here. Where it's Wizards of the Coast teamed up, because Wizards of the Coast wasn't able to do it all by themselves. So they're like, oh, we better team up with, it says but he meant Luke, Dawn and Tencarp to ruin something they know would put Wizards of the, I mean, this is so laughable. He thought he was going to put Wizards of the Coast out of business. You know, His company ran in the red. We have the financials now because of the bankruptcy. They ran in the red for 3 friggin' years, losing money, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on rent in 2 different locations. Got to have an office here, got to have an office here, and only receiving $1 for every product sold by the Dungeon Hobby Shop, because that was the deal. Only $1, some sort of cockamamie licensing agreement. I'm falling behind on the comments here. Eric, oopsie, yeah, on the phone. Well, that was I'm sorry, Vic, but he was demanding I go live. I don't know what to do. He doesn't want to show. I mean, Metro PCS. Oh, Donnie, try Donnie. We will go back and try Donnie. So let's throw that up. And we will back this up and try Donnie. Why not? Let's see what happens with Donnie. No results. Sorry, Don. Hate to disappoint you, but you're not a sex offender. Sorry. What's next here? These are the times when you say, glad to see technology can vindicate you. Tenkar's Tavern, I think Metro PCS is too expensive for him. And I will say for the record that I had custody of my 2 daughters when they were little. I would never have had custody of 2 little girls if I had ever talked about that nonsense. Yeah. And predictable. Yes. So let me pull it off share screen before I share something I should not. There we go. Back to this. So yeah, I love this here that Dawn, Luke, Dawn, and Eric, WotC needed to team up with them because they could not handle this on their own. And then down here, they ganged up and spent millions. Where are you guys getting the money? You spent millions to ruin TSR, a company that ran in the red, that like can't even produce a retail ready product. You spent millions to ruin a company that was doing no business, that was going bankrupt in less than 3 years. That just doesn't seem smart on your part, guys. Naughty Professor, welcome to the show. Yeah, it was demanded. This VG, AP, whatever the random letters are, was going to show up. Oh, hey, here he is. So, dude, you're going to have to unblock me, and I will send you a link. Yeah, no, this is, dude, you can't say that because here we are. This is, you can go right up here. This is the Michigan Sex Offender Registry. Okay. And the only reason you're staying behind an alt is so that you can lie and that you can say things that would get you sued for libel, that would get you sued in court. That's the only reason you're staying behind. So you demanded a live stream. Come out from behind your alt and go live with me. Yes. Agreed. Had my popcorn ready. Oh, I'm not going to read that one. No one's interested in your calls. Actually, people are interested in my calls. You just don't appear to be interested in my calls. You demanded this live stream, so you're going to come out from behind your alt and show your face. Yeah. Of course, Victor failed. I wouldn't be poking. I would not be poking at I would not be saying much about Victor. I'm not the one with a game company that's in bankruptcy with products that are not laid out properly, that are not edited, that are just a mess, that are not age appropriate, that are not retail ready, that don't even have proper barcodes so they can be registered and tracked in the database for books and print products. So local Gumby, hiding behind the KB, very poorly at that. Obviously, someone doesn't understand how the Michigan sex offenders. Yeah, I would say that. And I'm not Justin. Of course, you're not. For that, and of course, it's for the record, and we believe you. I'll be so. Yeah, Don's going to be at GaryCon. And so, VG, if you're not Justin, who is banned from GaryCon, VG, are you going to be at GaryCon? Inquiring minds want to know. GL adjacent. You're all jealous of. Here we go with the real man again. Dude, you can't go around for 3 years saying I'm a real man. It just makes you look like Pinocchio, wishing he was a real boy. You have an invitation to go by the Wizard Tower Games booth and say hello if you're going to show up. And TSR would not be in bankruptcy if no TSR. We have read the financials. TSR was run into the ground by its CEO Justin Lanassa because he doesn't know the difference between his head and a hole in the ground. And when it comes to accounting and business, he is a failed businessman who has run a company into the ground with massive amounts of debt, with no profit, no money coming in. He just kept spending. That is how you run a company into the ground, and that's what Justin Lanassa did. Since you're not Justin Lanassa, for the record, Justin Lanassa is an idiot when it comes to business. And I don't mind saying that since you're not Justin Lanassa, for the record. Yeah. What money did Dawn and Eric spend and Luke spend? They didn't spend any money. In fact, when I talk to Luke and draw his attention to something you've said or done, he's like, "What? Huh? Oh, is that guy at it again?" He doesn't even have the time to pay attention to you. You're like a pimple on his butt. He just doesn't even know you're there. No, I'm not jealous of Justin's success. Not at all. Okay. Justin's big success was in tattooing, and I have no tattoos. I have no interest in tattoos. I have no jealousy towards Justin. Yeah, he's a business. Real man of genius. I got to bring that commercial back. Yeah, that statement's a double entendre there. Let me see. 45K in fines for failure to pay sales tax. Provide pics of Justin as Scrooge McDuck. I do have some Photoshop stuff that I could have brought up of Justin, but I wasn't doing that because I was hoping he would have the courage and conviction to come on the show like he demanded. So, VG, you didn't say whether or not you're going to GaryCon. Are you or are you not going to GaryCon? You have an invitation to stop by the Wizard Tower Games booth and say hello. Inquiring minds want to know, will you or won't you show up at GaryCon? Nobody's jealous of Justin. And what do you care if you're not Justin? What do you care if you're not Justin, for the record? But can you answer the one question? Just the one question. Will you or won't you show up at GaryCon? It's yes or no. It's simple. Don has invited you to come by his booth and say hello. Why can't you answer one simple question? Are you that afraid to answer it? Better, more OSR con. So is that your answer? The Yarg con, Gary, spelled backwards. Are you squatting on the same date with that? that you're going to be at YargCon. So if we show up there and we just see Justin, we can assume that maybe it's you, maybe. Oh, there you go. You don't even have set foot in GaryCon. You can go to the pizza place. So will you potentially stop and have a pizza with Don? I'm sure you guys would have a lot to talk about. Yeah, I kind of doubt that. So who is this that's coming to his booth if you're not Justin? Can you give us a first name, maybe, VG? Saturday. You will. Okay. So we've heard it here from VG that he will be at Wizard Games booth on Saturday. All right, Don. So VG is going to come. Now, VG, do you have a first name? Do you have a first name at all? I mean, you know all our names. Can you give us a first name? Who you might be, or is it who we suspect you to be? Well, you know, VG, this is kind of getting old because there are no warrants, and we've checked the databases repeatedly. Every time you make the claim, we go and check the database, and there's nothing. And why would the cops wait till he's at GaryCon? They're going to wait till they're going to go to his house and get him and arrest him now. They're not waiting. If there is a warrant, they're showing up at his house now. They're not waiting till GaryCon. That's just dumb. Yeah, exactly. Oh, please. Come on by. Call me. Really? So what kind of successes have you had? Please, pray tell. And the warrant thing would be easy enough to verify again, whereas there is no proof. There's no proof. We checked the sex offender register. There's nothing there. We look into the warrants. There's nothing there. There's just nothing there. There's no money trail showing any money spent to ruin TSR. TSR was ruined all by Justin's bad self, all by himself. Yeah, I agree. VG and Justin are two of the biggest cowards because they hide. They can't come out from behind. I mean, he can't even give us a name. Can't even give us a real name so that we know who to look for, because he'll be wearing the badge. If he's coming by, he's going to be wearing a badge so we could watch. If it was Eddie, we could watch for a badge saying Eddie. Yeah, well, I think he has checked out. I think he's checked out of the VG's got a crush on you. Mate, Don, if the man's got a crush on you, I have to scoot, get ready for my live. I have lots to talk about now. And yeah, I think VG has checked out and he's done. Justin's not coming by. Justin's still not answering my phone calls. And so this was a bust, despite the fact that VG wanted to come on a live show and have his say. All we got was a lot of half-truths and lies in the chat. So this is Tom. I apologize for the disappointing show. My guest didn't come by. He didn't want to show his face. So thanks for watching. Yeah, Don, again, you can't prove a negative, okay? You can't prove something didn't happen. Somebody makes this kind of accusation, but luckily this accusation said sex offender registry, and that we could definitely check. And so I wanted to do that publicly live on just to shut this troll up, because this stuff's not true. And it's not fair to have this kind of accusation made against you. And, so that's why I wanted to do this, to defend a friend. He's not on the sex offender registry. Okay. There's no warrant for him. We have repeatedly checked these databases. This is public records. We could find out if there's a warrant for him. And there's nothing. Okay. There's just absolutely nothing. This is a figment of somebody's imagination because they're mad, because they're jealous, because they're angry. And all of that jealousy, anger, and madness is directed at Dawn, unfortunately. So I really feel for my brother. And I hope you have a good night. And I hope everybody who sees this realizes that there's just nothing to this story of a sex offender registry. Not true. Just absolutely not true. So Cal's out, and Dawn, I believe you're out. So again, Tabletop Tap Room here signing out. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks to my subscribers. You guys are great. Don't forget that like, subscribe, and bell icon. And keep on gaming, just not with anything from bankrupt TSR, because that's a joke.